Hello, how are you doing? So, was there something this week that you've done and you're really proud of it? So, maybe something you didn't have enough time earlier, but this week you've managed to do it, or something that really brings pleasure to you. Could you share some things with me? While you're doing it, I'll tell you about the present. Yeah. During this lesson, you'll have a chance to get just a surprise, a present for being the most active. So the more comments you have, the more chances for you to win. Hey, hello, Sophia. So, was there something specific this week? Yeah, okay, cool. Me also super. Hello, good. So, what have you managed to do this week? Okay, as for me, it was salsa. I finally managed to do it. It wasn't perfect, but I did it. What about you? What cool things were you doing this week? Okay, we'll discuss it a little bit later. Now I'll tell you about our agenda. We will start with a discussion concerning to the group and team leaders and how to work together in collaboration. We will talk about the effective collaboration, how to survive your group projects and become grand team players. And we will talking about preparation for the project, yeah, like group project, and also your personal project that you need to pass for the next week. Hmm. Uh, I bought so many part of clothes for school. Cool. Was it interesting? Because I think no matter either it's for school or not, yeah, shopping it's quite intriguing and fascinating. I will pack my clothes to the camp. You still have opportunity to visit the camp, yeah, in the middle of the last months of the summer. Cool. What else? So let's also discuss some questions. Do you prefer working on a team or on your own, and why? So as for me, it depends. Sometimes I can work on my own because it might be faster. I'm responsible for the result. I know for sure that it would be completed as I want, not anyone else. But working in a team, it's quite interesting, yeah, and you can learn something new, discuss, have really vividly ideas and discussions. I became from Oxford. So you mean you came back from Oxford, or you became an Oxford student on my own town? I do not completely understand the sentence. I became from Oxford. Can you reformulate it in another way? It depends on the situation. On my own, it's like group working. Good. And what about our presentation for this lesson? So the presentation is not for this lesson, it's for the next one. So this is the Gala project. You will get some cool prize for the best presentation. And that is why you have more time to do your best and prepare the project, like maybe spending the enough time for it. So you have 2 weeks. There is still one more week, and next lesson we will announce, just not announce, we will close the folders, so there would be no chances to add your project anymore. And at our last lesson, it would be on the 26th, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 25th, I do not remember for sure. We will tell you who is the winner. So you still have one more week to finish your presentation. Depends on the situation, the same. Okay, good. So second, what are the advantages and disadvantages on working on your own and being part of a team? So here we need to make a list and compare your ideas. So can you give me two advantages of working on your own, two advantages of working in a group, and the same two disadvantages for both group and individual work? As for the presentation, we will discuss some more ideas at the end of the lesson. I'll also share one more time the link with you in case you need it, and you are free to ask any questions that you have. So what about advantages and disadvantages? Do you have any ideas? So as you've commented that it depends on the situation, yeah, I think that it's possible to find both for all the activities. Nobody bothers you. Okay, it's like advantage, yeah, for working individually. Okay, if you send in me advantages, add plus, for example. If it's disadvantages, put minus, and then what you're talking about, just to make it clear for us. Okay, this is one advantage that we have for individual work. What else? You do not need to listen to other opinions. Decide on your own. Second advantage. What about working in a group? What advantages do we have here? So you can do everything that you want, but nobody can't help you. So this is disadvantage. Okay. So what else? Is there someone who just adore working in a group? Seems to me no. Okay. So today mainly we will talk about the group working. So let's look at this advantage here. First one, working in a group, it's a lot of fun. Yeah, fun discussions, ideas, communication all the time. Agree. Also, you can get help, yeah, from other participants. You do not need to share responsibility just to keep all responsibility on yourself. You can share it with others. It's more easily. So it's easily as for the production of what you're doing itself, but it might be sometimes difficult to find the similar ideas, opinions among the group. So it depends. Okay, cool. Now we will talk about the groups and teams. Yeah, what are the differences in this meaning? So it, first of all, yeah, it looked like the same group, team, but what is the main difference? So we can say that each team is a group, but not each group is a team. And why? What do I mean by saying it? And do you agree with it or disagree? That each team is a group, but not each group a team. You connect with other people. Agree. So can you tell me the differences between group and team? So group, it's usually people who are together and they are connected maybe with one topic, with one aim. With team, they usually struggle for the result. So not like individually, but all of them are aimed to one thing. Group, it's just people who are together, but they may not work like collaborative. Team is a group of people that support each other and have the same interest. Agree. Good. What should be done to make a team out of a group? So as Sophia mentioned about the support, yeah, so sure we need support each other. It would be the first point, yeah, what we should start with. What else? We might decide what our aim or goal, what we need to achieve. Are there any other important points? Do we need a leader for a group? Oh, it's not important. And do we need a leader for a team? How their relationship might be built? So if we're talking about leader of a group, it's definitely that this person will take care of you. Yeah, he will be struggle for the result. And in case of some problem, he will be responsible for all these things. Okay, here some ideas are different. No, yes, yes. And for team, I think also leader is important. Yeah, for example, we might have so for group, I mean, for team, it's clear, yeah, that leader might be necessary for this support. And for group, it depends, yeah. It might be just people who go sightseeing in another place. So they just go together as a group. They have one aim to observe everything around, but they don't need to struggle to solve the situation, some problems, and the rest. It's not so important, maybe yes, but team can be more independent than group. Agree. So probably you mean that being independent in a team, it's doing something that you want, like individually. Group or team should decide it together. Okay, great. Now look at the slide. Here you can see some information and explanation about the theory. In the 1965, Ruth Tuckman, who is a professor of educational psychology, first proposed a specific model of group development consisting of 5 stages described below. So this is how we develop from a group, yeah, into team. You might see here several stages. The first one is forming, yeah, little agreement and clear purpose and guidance and direction. After this, we can storming some conflicts, increase clarity of purpose, power struggles, and coaching. Then norming, agreement and consensus, clear roles and responsibility, and facilitation. After all this, we move to the performing. Clear vision of the purpose, focus on goal and achievement, and delegation. Finally, task completion, good feeling about achievements, and recognition, adjoining. So all these phrases are necessary and inevitable in order for the team to grow, face up to challenging, tackle problems, find solutions, plan work, and deliver results. As for the effective collaboration, collaboration, do you know what it is? Can you give me any synonyms? How can you understand this word? Maybe you can describe it. What is collaboration? So do you have any ideas? Have you heard about it? Collaboration means, okay, I'll show you a video. You will watch it. It's about the collaboration, and then you will tell me what it is, okay?
You're right. I know you can. Lucky Finn! Now go! Hurry! Tell all the fish to swim down! Well, you heard my son! Come on! Sorry! You have to tell everybody to swim down together! You understand what I'm saying to you? Swim down! Everybody swim down!
Dari tuna. Wimpo. Oke, Jibotara. Komero?
Okay, so let's read your ideas. Collaboration, it's when two brands are combined, possible. It's when two or more people or groups work together, yes. Communication with persons. So collaboration is not communication itself, but it's one of the devices, yeah, one of the things that might help us to collaborate. When different people or group do something together, and for example, in a team, people collaboration. So usually when they do the same thing, yeah, they agreed on it and do one and the same thing. Great. And now we will look at 4 stages, how to work in a group. The material is based by the University of Leicester, Great Britain. So also we will have like several stages here. To ensure a successful group outcome, you will find out it helpful to divide your activities into series of stages, yes, several stages. We will start with the familiarization, then planning and preparation, implementation and completion, as managing each of these stages will effectively and greatly enhance your group performance. So here on the slides, you might see the first stage, which is called familiarization. This is the stage when the individual members of the group get to know each other and begin to understand the task they need to undertake. Time spent at this stage discussing your individual areas of interest and skills will be invaluable in helping your group develop a sense of its own identity, so including its strengths and weaknesses. For example, if you start working in a group, yeah, and first of all, you are telling everyone that I'm a great speaker, I really adore doing it, so I perform the best. Another person might say, I do not like speaking at all, but I can find some perfect design, slides, and the rest. So in such way, you may know each weaknesses and strengths and work in the most productive way. Next one. Make sure everyone understands what it is they will need to achieve this goal, yeah? The table that you might say, it's like a checklist for you that you might follow working together. So it's important to understand the task first. If you have some hesitation about it, it's better to discuss it with the team, yeah, to make sure that you get it right. Maybe ask one more time, yeah, and find out what you should work on. First of all, think about the product itself. So this is your presentation or maybe what you are doing, the task. How you will present it, either it's a report, is it oral or maybe written presentation? Can you make it like a poster? So if we're talking about your project, yes, it will be for the next time. So what is it? How could you understand the task? Yeah, so it might be everything you want. Here you are not restricted, so either video or presentation, posters, so whatever you want, maybe even pictures, yeah, why not? So you need to answer the following. What guidelines have you been set to your department to govern this work? Yeah, so for example, what help can you get to perform this task? As for our project, you can type me, yeah, if you have any questions, you need some ideas, or maybe struggle with something. Second point, the time scale, date of final presentation or submission, and what things need to be done before you hand in your work, How much time should you spend on the group project in the relation to your other commitments? So here it's about the group. Yeah, you need to complete all the tasks if you work together till the deadline. And if you know that there is someone in group who might not finish in time, you need to collaborate, maybe to help somehow or solve this problem. As for individual project, yeah, that you will have, it would be till the 19th of August. So that would be the last day when you can send your project. As for the assessment, the way you your activity or output will be marked. So how can we judge or assess the project? Do you know the assessment criteria, and will you be assessed as a group or as individuals? So even working in a group, you might be assessed differently. So you need to understand either you're assessed by the project, by the product that you did, or by your presentation, yeah, like individually. When it's individual task, definitely you should know the criteria. So, for example, as for our project, just a collaboration of teachers, yeah, we'll look through all the project and maybe we'll discuss the best ones and why. Next point that I want to mention is planning and preparation. So this is the second stage. This is the stage when your group should plan exactly what needs to be done and how it needs to be done. Who should do what? So you just relocate, distribute the task among the group when you already know all the strong and weak points. You should pay attention to the following things. Agree the different elements of the task. Yeah, so for example, a poster might involve background research, written text, so overall design, graphs, images, final assembly, and so on. So you agree on some definite, precise elements which are important. Also, you agree the best way of achieving this task by dividing areas of responsibility among the group, yeah, making sure that roles and time commitments are as evenly balanced as possible. You make the most of your different areas of expertise by driving tasks according to the skills of different group members, and make an action plan of what needs to be done by when and working towards the final deadline. Next stage is implementation. So implementation means how you realize all your ideas. Whilst your group criteria is out its task, you will need to preserve your group's sense of purpose. Effective communication is vital, and particularly when your group activity extends over the time. Here are some tips to promote your good communication. The first tip is to share addresses, telephone numbers, emails, just in advance to make it earlier to facilitate contact, yeah, between members of the group. Second stage, if it's possible, you need to set up an email distribution list of rapid communication. Rapid means fast, so that the issues or problems can be flagged up and when they arise. The third point is to establish a regular meeting of the whole group to check on progress and review action plan. Take notes to help record complex discussions. So why is all these things important? When you work in a group, all members of this group are interested in the result and they're responsible for it. If someone fails of some reason, no one knows what they are, it means that the whole group or the whole team might fail. That is why support here is extremely vital. Next point is completion. This is the final stage of your project, and it is often the most difficult and may require a different management approach. It will be vital to ensure that you pay close attention to detail, tie up loose ends, and review the whole product rather than you describe part of it. It is important to regroup at this stage to agree a new action plan for the final burst of activity. Apart from this, you need to know how to survive your group projects and become a great team player. Can you answer the following questions that you might see on the slide? Have you ever been a part of any group project? Was it successful? Why not? So I think you've done a lot of group project at the academy. Yeah, sometimes you do them like individual, and also during some lessons you might work together as a group. At school, you might have some in a group project as well. So, was it successful? Or maybe you know that you could perform better because of some points. What are these points? What can you improve? So can you comment answering the questions? Let's look at the second insert as well. What actions should you take to make your group project successful? And what qualities do you need to be a good team player and why? Yes, Sophia told us that she did so many group projects. Uliana did as well. Good, so was it successful? Or maybe what things could you improve with what you do not satisfied with? Same, great. It was successful because we worked together. Yes, I have. Yes, it was successful because our group was very hard working and helpful. Great. Okay, well, this one is clear. What action should you take to make your group project successful? Help work together. What else? I did many projects. Part of them were successful and another part were not very successful. Why another part wasn't successful? Could you mention some points, reasons? Because not successful projects or presentation, it's really great experience. Yeah, you can understand what we can improve and work on. So Nikita, will you share with us the problems of non-successful presentation? And as for you personally, what qualities do you need to be a good team player? Because as being an individual, yeah, you know that all the qualities are good, like hardworking, being a leader, responsibility. What about team player? What is the most important things? So for a group project, you think that it's important to have a lot of ideas, yeah, not just one. Every person should do his or her work, and then we should communicate with each other. Yes, so be responsible for your part of this teamwork. I was responsible for submitting the project and for the information. Great. We have different opinion. Yeah, so here might be the leader, yeah, or someone who can decide on one idea which is the best, to the stroke on himself, because have a lot of opinions who are different. It's really a good point, yeah, but you need to decide on one and it might be really difficult. Meet deadlines. Okay, great. Next one. Let's look at the point that I've prepared for you, that we need also for being successful as a group leader. The first one is show your readiness to help the group. Yeah, you've also mentioned it as well. A group depends on the willingness of each member to accomplish its work. Do share of the work on a regular basis and volunteer your efforts from time to time. And the second point is accept the role the group gives you. Groups have leaders and followers, yeah, as we discussed it earlier. Followers are often in great demand and pitch in and do whatever the group needs. So, for example, there are some people who might be in the middle, yeah, with talks that sometimes it's better to be follower, sometimes it's better to be leader, so you can decide. And you might be somewhere in the middle, yeah, not be sure what you really want. And when people who want to be leaders, but in some cases they're just followers, it's difficult for them to put up with the things that they are given. So here you need to decide either you as a follower or the giver, not being in the middle, because this might ruin the whole project itself. Diana commented, to be good team player, you should have more ideas and organize it. I agree. And the third point here, carry out your role the best you can. Sports teams often have role players who go into the game to certain things. Role players make a valuable contribution to a team or to a group. So it is really important to do their job well. The group and you will both benefit for it. Next point is share your views. Do not hold back on a good idea or suggestion. Your solution may be perfect, yeah, offer your feelings and opinions, even if they differ from the other thinkers. Groups sometimes make poor decisions or choices. If you believe that this is the case, so say so. You need to be sure that your idea is really worth it and share it, either if others do not agree. So just try to prove. Next one. Do not dominate meetings. Someone who talks too much irritates other members. So do not overpower others, even though you may have the right answers or the best ideas. So definitely give the chance to others express themselves, and then you can suggest your idea. And accept group decisions. Because without the exception, yeah, you can discuss a lot of ideas, but no one would be eager to agree with you. Offer your views during a discussion, but do not argue once the group makes a decision. So when people decide together on one thing, just being dissatisfied if you are alone is not a great idea. Apart from this, you need to encourage other members. Doing your best on a job will encourage others to do so too. A kind word from time to time always helps. So remember to pass out compliments and congratulations for a well-done job. Do not forget to think of solutions and not past problems. Suppose you have a fight with the family members, dwelling on the problem will not help. Thinking how to solve it will. The same is true in the task group. Focus on finding solutions to the problem and be proud of group success. Completing a hard task is very satisfying. So should success come, enjoy it with fellow group members, because quite often, yeah, we just did it, but we do not realize how happy, how invited we might be. And it just, okay, one more task that I've completed. You forget to be proud of yourself that you did it, to get satisfaction from the job itself. And when you work together as a group, it might be like a small celebration winning of it. And now we will talk about preparing a group project. So it's not the project that you need to prepare for the next time. Yeah, it's just discussion during our lesson. So I just want to get some of your ideas and speculate more on the topic itself. Which problem of the modern world do you consider to be the most important? And which way can you contribute to its solution? First of all, we need to brainstorm on a team to choose the best idea that will become the topic for our team project. So can you now, first of all, yeah, individually, send me the answer, the topic that you think it's the problem of the modern world that you consider the most important. So what is it? So for this point, it's not just important to have the same ideas. It might be absolutely different topics. You can think about, for example, environment, yeah, issues. You can think about healthcare, renewable energy, technology, maybe some family affairs. So it's up to you. I do not restrict you with the idea. I think this is an understanding. So the problem in modern world, yeah, it's understanding, or maybe not understanding each other. Or it's the answer to another question. So I need more ideas here, not just one. As we work in a group, in a team, we need a lot of different ideas. Communication, okay. Some more ideas from other people. Misunderstanding, yeah, now it's clear. Not support, okay. So now you're mainly thinking about the communication, yeah, and all the problems that might be considered with it. Okay, let's be three here. Good. If we're talking about environmental issues, what is the most important problem here in this area? Different opinion to equality. Great. So maybe inequality as well. As for environment, what problems do we have? Yes, there are a lot of them, yeah, nowadays. Might be air pollution, yeah, harmful emissions of the car, planes, plants, and the rest. Ocean pollution, yeah, throwing things into the ocean, rivers, and other water resources. What other environmental issues do you know here? Pollution. What else? So you might heard of deforestation. Yeah, it's when we cut out the trees to build houses and the rest. Endangered species, when some animals are in danger on the point of just dying out. Recycling as well. So people who do not recycle and what it leads to. Okay. Are there anything else? Chemical pollution. You've decided to specify it a little bit. Great. Okay, also you might have heard about the climate change, yeah, global warming. If we are talking about healthcare, what are the problems here? Healthcare now. Do we have any problems with vaccination? Do we think that mental health is of the same importance as physical health? What some health problems arising in our modern world? Are there any new diseases? Is it possible for all people to go to the hospital nowadays? What about visiting some hospitals in other countries? What do you need for it? Alcohol consumption. Cool, agree with it. Great ideas. And one more point. What about technology and innovation? Is it a problem nowadays? Do we struggle with something in a frame of this topic of technology? Yeah, we have problems with vaccination. Air pollution causing asthma, great, Sophia. And not only this disease, there are a lot of others as well. What about technology and innovations? How does it influence on our education, for example? Yeah, because when there are problems with just quarantine, being at home, yeah, lockdown, you've had some options to study at home. Was it possible earlier, maybe 100 years ago? Definitely no. So the world evolves rapidly. Yeah, we just create some new devices. And what are the disadvantages of it? Is there any problems with it? Now, first people, technology is important in life and really communication. So for people. So both technology and communication, important. Great. In another countries, hospitals much more bigger and it has good equipment. So they provide better service and can maybe conduct some operation which are not possible for our country, for example. But also you need to have insurance for it to be like a patient there. Okay, good. So we've collected a lot of ideas, and let's concentrate on those that you've mentioned first. Can you scroll the comments and to find the ideas that refer to the communication? We need to vote, to agree on one idea. So we have those things: misunderstanding, poor communication, I would call it like this, not having support, and having different opinions, and equality or inequality. So let's concentrate on the topic like communication. Now we have 1+ for different opinion. Can you vote for one topic, and as a group agree on one? So as for communication now. So if you need to make a project, for example, what would you choose? Misunderstanding, uncommunication, not having support, having different opinions, or equality, inequality? Working in a group. So first of all, choose the topic. I need you to come to one decision. So I understand that if we just communicate in real life, it would be easier to discuss, to prove your points when you wanted. But let's do it like this. Either send me what you are voting for or just send plus here. Is it possible to find it for you? Or not so? Okay. While you are choosing, I'll tell you a little bit more how to work in a team. The task in general is to prepare a project, a presentation, and you need to working like a group, make it general. Let's look at the comments that you did. There was one, maybe we will choose this one now. Different opinions, So nowadays people have different opinions and can't agree on one thing. This is the topic of the presentation that we choose. Can you present it just with 3 sentences, 2 sentences from each of you, to reveal this topic? And we try to combine all your sentences like one presentation. So having different opinions, because one group can make many projects. Here we have one problem, like different opinions. Can you reveal this topic with the following plan? First of all, you need the introduction. So this would be one point. Can I, judging by your sentences, share the ideas among you? So we can see Nikita Timoshenko. Can you send me the sentence 1 or 2 with introduction to the topic of different opinions as a problem? Then Uliana, can you send me the description of the problem? So what is the problem itself? How did it become the problem? Maybe who is guilty in this problem? Then we need analysis for the problem. For example, Sofia Melenchuk. Can you analyze why is it a problem and what can be the consequences, the result of this problem for the world in general? If we can't solve it, for example. Diana, can you write the solution to the problem? What are the ways? How can we solve it? Are the solutions effective or not? Which do you think is the best one? For the rest, for those I haven't mentioned, can you make a conclusion? So you have just different ideas. You can choose for yourself, either its conclusion or maybe some references, why you decided that this is a problem someone told, maybe some quotations, ideas, examples. So for each of you, not more than 2-3 sentences. Can you send it to me? I don't understand. Okay. So we have the problem like having different opinions. Yeah, in our world, we can rely to all the topics, to environment, maybe to animals. Yeah, because some people think that animals might be taken for experiments. I think that no, we should protect animals. They're endangered. No experiment should be done on that. So this is like one problem. Yeah, when you work together as a group, you might have different opinions and you can't agree on one. So that means what I wanted from you earlier, to send me the introduction to this topic. So for example, nowadays in our world, there are a lot of different problems with communication. But the most important problem is that people can't come to the same ideas, to the same opinion. So, but this introduction should be from you. And then you just reveal this problem from some of you, different sentences. Can you think about it? Yeah, just at home. And for the next lesson, send me up to 5 sentences about the problem of different opinion with introduction, with telling about this problem more, yeah, and given the solution. How can we say this? How can we solve this problem? Is it more clear now or not at all? So if you get the point, send me plus. Okay, Nikita sent me. This is very big. This problem is very big because people have different opinions, different tastes, different understandings. People cannot choose one opinion. Yeah, that is good introduction. Perfect, that's what I needed. Okay. So for the next time, think about the solutions of the problem, how you can solve it, and conclusion. Okay. And as for your individual projects, if you need, this is the QR code where you can upload this project. If something is not clear, yes, send me into private messages all your questions. I will try to answer them. So today I want to finish with the quotation by Michael Jordan. Talent wins games, but teamwork wins championship. So teamwork makes the dream work. I can't but reading the Sophia's quotation. Let's finish with this one. Every person have his or her own opinion. On the one side, it is good. Because if we all have the same mind, our world is not improving. If we can understand each other and always insult, I think our world just die because people just can't decide something. Great, thank you, Sophia, for your comments. That is all for today, and see you next week. Bye-bye.